F1 Bahrain testing week 2, day 1, Ferrari Unstoppable.
The desert air stands still. The checkered flag falls over secure. And one lap changes everything. Charles Leclerc crosses the line. 1 minute 33.739 seconds. Not just fastest. Untouchable. Across the paddock, engineers don't clap. They stare. Because this wasn't a good lap. It was a warning. Has Ferrari already won 2026 before the first race even begins? Or did we just witness the moment the rest of the grid realized they're chasing a ghost? The final week of testing in Bahrain was supposed to bring clarity. Instead, it delivered fear. Ferrari didn't just top the session. They dominated it with surgical precision. 70 laps. 0 visible issues. Clinical consistency. While other teams wrestled with mechanical instability, Leclerc treated secure like a private laboratory. Calm, methodical, relentless. And then, with 15 minutes remaining, he unleashed it. That 1 minute and 33.739 seconds. On paper, just 0.313 seconds clear of Lando Norris. In reality, a chasm, because Leclerc didn't find that time on the straights. He found it in Sector 2, the technical heart of the circuit. The twisting, punishing corners where aerodynamics and mechanical grip tell the truth. And the SF-26 moved through that section like it was operating under a different set of physical laws. But that was just the start. Because while Ferrari looked serene, the rest of the grid looked broken. Red Bull's powertrain program, coolant pressure loss. Only 13 laps completed. Aston Martin, Fernando Alonso's Honda engine failed mid-session. Technicians rolled out a high-resolution borescope, peering deep into the combustion chamber like doctors searching for structural damage. Alonso finished 2.7 seconds slower than Leclerc. Lance Stroll, for 0.5 seconds off. And this is where the story gets dark. Because when 9 teams are fighting reliability demons, and one team is calmly refining race simulations, that's not coincidence. That's hierarchy. So what explains this gap? At first glance, it looks simple. Ferrari nailed the new 2026 regulations. Beam wings were banned. Rear downforce slashed. But Ferrari responded with something radical. An exhaust wing design, mounted along the engine cover center line, directly above the exhaust exit. Winglets channeling ultra-hot exhaust gases, energizing airflow over the diffuser, creating a vortex effect for rear stability. It's brilliant, elegant, possibly revolutionary. But here's the twist. If it's that effective, why didn't anyone else see it coming? Because when Mercedes and Red Bull engineers looked at the Ferrari rear end, they didn't argue. They shook their heads. That reaction told us everything. This wasn't a small gain. It was a knockout blow. The real advantage isn't just hardware. It's synergy. Ferrari's new biofuel, developed with Shell, allows better thermal management inside the combustion chamber. That means less heat stress, more efficient energy deployment, faster battery recharge, reportedly up to 15% quicker. So while McLaren still experiences clipping at the end of straights, Ferrari deploys full power. Again, and again, and again. Combine that with active aero software that adjusts flaps in microseconds, reacting to wind direction and corner entry loads. And the SF-26 doesn't just reduce drag, it adapts. In Leclerc's fastest lap, the wings closed with millimetric synchronization when straight-line mode engaged. 340 km per hour. Stable. Controlled. Then reopened for corner entry with perfect balance. This isn't just mechanical excellence, it's digital precision. Ferrari didn't just build a car, they built a system. And that system looks frighteningly complete. So what does this mean? First, morale. While Ferrari runs 70-lap stints like clockwork, rivals are stuck in garages chasing coolant leaks and internal combustion mysteries. The image of Honda engineers huddled over Alonso's engine with borescopes might define early 2026. Red Bull's power unit overheating. Cadillac struggling with sensor failures and vibration fatigue. Williams still 2 seconds adrift, their chassis described as bulky compared to Ferrari's featherweight agility. This wasn't just a test session. It was a psychological shift. Second, championship implications. If Ferrari maintains this aero efficiency advantage, Sector 2 performance alone could define qualifying weekends. And with faster battery recharge and superior deployment, overtaking defense becomes easier. Third, political risk. Will rivals challenge the legality of the exhaust wing concept? History remembers the double diffuser era. Regulatory gray zones have shaped championships before. If Ferrari's interpretation survives scrutiny, the 2026 grid might already be tilted, and now, one more layer. Lewis Hamilton. Because Leclerc's lap was only the morning story, the afternoon belonged to Hamilton stepping into that scarlet cockpit. Focused, hungry, reborn. If Hamilton matches, or improves, Leclerc's simulation pace, the message becomes unmistakable. Ferrari isn't experimenting, they're executing. So where does this go? Scenario 1. Ferrari sustains its development curve. Hamilton and Leclerc form the most lethal driver pairing on the grid, and 2026 becomes a red coronation. Scenario 2. Rivals respond. Mercedes unlocks hidden pace. Red Bull stabilizes cooling. The exhaust wing faces regulatory clarification, and the gap shrinks before Melbourne. Scenario 3. The advantage proves real. Too real. Ferrari pulls clear early. The championship narrative shifts from battle to survival. Because in Formula One, dominance doesn't just win races, that it rewrites power structures. Was Leclerc's 1 minute and 33.739 seconds a genuine benchmark or a calculated message? Can Red Bull and Aston Martin solve structural engine concerns before race 1? And when Lewis Hamilton pushes this SF26 to its absolute limit, will we see confirmation of a dynasty or the beginning of a war? Because one thing is certain, the desert didn't just host testing. It revealed intent. If you made it this far, you already know, this season isn't just about who's fastest. It's about who understood the revolution first. So tell me, is Ferrari engineering genius rewriting 2026 before it begins? Or is this calm before Formula One's biggest storm?